Hi, and welcome back to Within a Budget, or if you're new here, welcome. I'm Paula, and today I'm going to share with you our family's meals of the week. On Monday, we had French style chicken. This is something that we've had before, and our family really enjoy it. I didn't have all of the ingredients that I needed because it called for spring onions and creme fraiche, but I didn't have them in, but I was okay substituting it. I just used a normal onion, and then I used this Elmley single cream in place of the creme fraiche, and it worked absolutely fine. So to start with, I fried the bacon in a little bit of oil just until it's cooked, and then I'll remove that out of the pan and cook my chicken thighs. I do the boneless, skinless thighs with this. And then, I'll just cook it all on the outsides. It's not cooked all the way through at this point. And then I will take it all out. I was really stubborn. I only got out a little plate and I was like, it will fit on there. Whilst I got this out, I still left all the juices in there from the bacon and the chicken. And I softened the onions and I put the garlic in at this point just to sort of cook through together. And then once they are softened, I put the chicken and bacon back into the frying pan. So this is it. It's just kind of coming together, and then I'll put the chicken stock in there. Then I brought it to the simmer and I just let this cook because obviously the chicken still needed to cook all the way through. So this cooked through, and then I added in the peas and sweet corn. It doesn't look the nicest meal at this point, but I promise you it is a really good dinner. So once this was all cooked through, the peas and the sweet corn, they were all cooked. The chicken was definitely cooked through. This is where you'd put your creme fraiche in, but like I said, I've only got the cream, so I don't measure. I just kind of added a little, you could see how much, and then I'll mix it through, and then it all sort of comes together. If you prefer yours a little bit thicker, a sauce, which we do, we just put a little bit of plain flour in at this point and it thickened it up. And between this shot and the one before, you can see it's definitely got thicker. And you don't taste the flour at all. You don't put a huge amount in, but it's a really good meal. We just did it with some French fries, and my son yesterday actually went to McDonald's and he got some mozzarella sticks. He didn't eat them all, so he brought them home and I just heated them in the oven, and the rest of them all shared them out. He let his sister and his dad have one, and then he had the rest. But this was a really nice meal, and I would definitely recommend anybody to try it. So this is Monday night's tea. So going on to Tuesday, I did a really simple jacket spuds tonight. Me and my daughter wanted tuna and mayo, and we had some cucumber with ours. And then my husband and son just wanted it with baked beans and sausages, and then they put some grated cheese on it when they went through to the table. I know it's a really simple meal, but we all really enjoyed it this night. So moving on to Wednesday, I did a chicken and bacon Caesar pasta salad. This is something that we've done before. It's a really simple way of using up things from your salad drawer that definitely need using. And I don't know if any of you see all my other videos. I'm trying to run down the freezer at the minute, so it got rid of the chicken and the bacon out of there. But I just literally cut it up. I grill the bacon, just cut it up into smaller pieces, mix it all through together. I have put some Caesar dressing in this already, but we will take through the pot, and then if anybody wants to add any extra on, they can do when we're up to the table. So once we've dished it up, that's when someone can decide if they want any of the, I've got olive oil and sea salt croutons just to go on the top of it. And this is such a really nice and simple tea. As I said, I'm trying to use up bits from the freezer, and I had some pastry in there and some apple pie filling that I have previously made in another recipe. So I pulled them out and I just thought that I would put something together. I am no pie maker by any means. I'm just kind of winging it, to be honest, at this point, but I say it all went together really well. I used the cookie cutters just to sort of make the hearts because I didn't have enough I thought I didn't have enough pastry to cover the top, but I think if I mushed this all together and rolled it out, I probably would have. So yeah, but this is how it came out. And I say we just served this with some of the single cream that we had left over from our Monday meal. And this was absolutely great at using up things from the freezer and the fridge. So yeah, really good. On Thursday, we just did a simple spag bowl. This meal it's always based on what we have left over in the fridge. So if we've got mushrooms, the mushrooms will go in there as well. But this is what we use for this one. And rather than doing it with spaghetti, we just did it with a pasta this time. And then it all just kind of went into one bowl. We gave it a good old mix together. And then when it went through to the table, people just kind of dished up what they wanted and then put their own cheese on top. So on Friday, I do apologise because I forgot to film, but it was literally, I myself had some leftover spag bowl from the previous night. My daughter had a macaroni cheese from the freezer. My husband had an omelette, and my son was actually out for that evening, so he didn't eat at home at all. So yeah, that was our Friday night. So sorry I missed that one. Saturday night was a little bit of a disaster. We literally, we're still focusing on using things up from the freezer. So I took these all out and they were in cooking, but they had been in for, I think it was about 45 minutes, and they still looked as if they had just come out the freezer. So luckily we have just gone and actually brought a air fryer. So I finished all of this off in the air fryer and it kind of saved the evening. So yeah, I'm going to need a little bit more practice with that one. On Sunday, as we didn't have the oven, I'm not going to do the usual roast. So tonight I did a chicken and chorizo jambalaya. I think that's how you say it. It's a recipe that I found on BBC Food, but I haven't used plain chicken or chorizo. If you see, I've got these kebabs that were in the freezer that I managed to pick up a while ago, and they were reduced down. So first I sort of separated them out off of their skewers, and I kept the chorizo back. So I fried the chicken off in a little bit of oil just to make sure that it was cooked through, and I actually broke it up because they were too big as they were. Then I softened some onions, then I added the pepper into there, and just soften this down for a little bit. Then I added the chorizo, the Cajun seasoning and the garlic. And once this was all in there, I was a little bit cautious as to not to put too much in there, because obviously the chicken and chorizo was already pre-seasoned before I even started this meal. So I just sort of mixed this all through. And then when it all came together, this is what it looked like. And then I added back in the cooked chicken that I just did, a can of plum tomatoes, the chicken stock and the rice. And then once it's all in the frying pan all together, just gave it a good old mix. It came to the boil, and then I put the lid on the pan and just kind of left that one on a really low simmer and just kept going back to it every so often, giving it a stir just to make sure that the rice was doing. I did have to add a little bit more water in nearer the end because the rice wasn't actually quite cooked. So yeah, I just added a little bit more water to it just to help it continue cooking because all the juices had gone. But this is how it came out, and it was a really nice meal. There was no leftovers tonight, so yeah, this was our Sunday night's dinner. So I hope you enjoyed this Meals of the Week, guys, and I hope you all have a great week, and I'd love to see you again. So if you please like or subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you again.